So, welcome back. Today, we're making spring rolls.
Well, they say he's not coming back and nothing can fill the void, but at least we can try with food. I'll make some apple pie, come on in. It's Dead Dad's Kitchen.
So, after I put out my What I Eat in a Day video, which you can watch right up there, I've always seen on YouTube people being like, which side is it? And I'm like, don't you know this is your job? And now I'm like, you guys watched my What I Ate in a Day video, and it seems like a lot of you wanted to know how I made those little spring rolls. So I'm gonna show you. They're so easy. I'll tell you what you need in a second, but I do want to let you know, these are by no means like authentic Vietnamese spring rolls like I get at like the pho places I go to or anything like that. This is sort of an amalgamation of just a bunch of things that I like, that when I was a vegetarian I started making these a lot. So it's sort of just like my own recipe. I'm not claiming this to be authentic whatsoever. There are these incredible Asian creators that you can go check out. So, with that, you are going to need spring roll skin, which is a little more graphic than I remember them being called, but there you go. Some people don't love the texture of it. I do. I think they're fantastic. I just got these at my local grocery store, so they're not too hard to find. They'll probably be in most Vietnamese supermarkets if you have one of those near you. If not, they have them at my grocery store, so maybe they're yours too. You will need some veggies of your choice. I was gonna say choosing or choice, and I went with both at the same time. I like to use avocado. I wanted to show you guys these avocados because they are clearly not like beautiful green, perfect, just opened, but that doesn't really matter. If they're just brown like this, you're really not gonna have a problem unless you're seeing like mold or they're like super dark. I eat them anyway. I am using some Persian cucumbers, one big carrot, extra firm tofu. I'm also gonna actually use some shrimp this time, just in case you guys wanna do it with shrimp. That's a pretty like common way that I see them served in restaurants, so maybe you guys wanna try that. And you will need some pad thai noodles. You can use vermicelli noodles or no noodles or whatever you wanna do. That's one of the things that I love so much about cooking. You can change it up however you want. If you hate avocado, don't use it. I was gonna throw it and then I was like, oh, there's gonna be avocado everywhere. If you're allergic to carrots, don't use carrots. That's why cooking's the best. When you're baking, you can't be like, I want less baking soda in this. It's gonna get ruined. But when you're cooking, you could be like, oh, I actually think like some cooked asparagus would be great in there. Or like, I actually wanna put Spam in mine instead of shrimp. Fantastic, do it. I'm just gonna show you how I make them. So join me. Hi, we're here now. If you guys are noticing just exemplary quality emanating from my videos, you might notice that I have a little microphone. I have a light set up now. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to front on you so hard. I am still the same person. I'm still gonna teach you how to make spring rolls, don't worry. I like to start my spring rolls by prepping my veggies so that I don't have to worry about any of that. I recently for Christmas, thank you Christy, got a mandolin. This is a mandolin. It's got this nifty thing, which is terrifying actually, but it holds the veggie and you just boom, 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 boom. And it makes these fantastic thin, very uniform slices, so it cuts your like prep time in half basically. But I know that most people don't have this like big old clunky thing in their kitchen. So I am going to show you how you can just like slice them anyway. But nothing, let's start. We're 3 feet back and I'm going to slice my avocado, then the cucumber and the carrot. You guys know how to slice stuff, I'm sure, but if you don't, you're just gonna make very thin slices. I like to have a couple bowls ready, just so I can have all my prepped veggies in one spot. That way assembly is much easier. So I am just going to make little thin baby slices of this avocado. Actually not gonna dirty my mandolin. I'm just gonna slice all of this because that's what most of us will probably be doing. I like to slice it in half and then get these ready and just make very thin slices. So just like this. And shell, whatever. This is a huge carrot, so I'm just going to snap it. Again, just kind of as thin as you can get them. You could also use a vegetable peeler here, very carefully. Oh, look how pretty that is. That looks like bacon. This is like Tabitha Brown vibe. Oh my God, will somebody please tell Tabitha Brown that I made vegan spring rolls? I love her. But don't show her any of my other videos, especially not the lobster one. Perfect. Okay, so we have all of our veggies cut up. If at any point you need more or you don't use them, you can obviously save these chopped up veggies for a salad or a sandwich or whatever. If you do use all of them and you still need to make more spring rolls, just cut up more. Okay, now that our veggies are taken care of, which sounds like I'm a mobster who's like in charge of getting the veggies into place. Now that the vegetables for the spring rolls that we're making are prepared, thank you, we're going to get our proteins ready. My proteins today are extra firm tofu and peeled deveined shrimp, but they're raw, so I'm going to show you how to cook these shrimp and how to get this tofu ready. Cutting away from me, because you always cut away from yourself, you slice against the side and let most of this water drain out. The tofu doesn't fill the package entirely, so I always just try to like not cut the tofu, but if you do, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have our tofu. I also have just a clean, dry kitchen towel, and I'm gonna just plop that right in there because I'm going to be kind of pressing this a little bit, but not really. A lot of people who make tofu often have a tofu press. I used to have one, but then I got rid of it when I stopped being a vegetarian, and then I was like, oh, I still like tofu. Should have kept that. Anyway, away we go. Right onto that same cutting board that I cut my veggies on, I'm going to cut my tofu. So I'm just going to cut it into slices, just like this. Grabbing another clean kitchen towel and pushing that down. Take this cutting board again, put it right on there. So now, while that is being like kind of pressed down, dried out, we dry out tofu just because it's very, very moist. It's kept in, I think like water, soy water, or it's just water that the tofu is still in. Stored in water. We try to get a good amount of that water off of the tofu. Just like when you cook a steak, you want it to be dry so that stuff sticks to it, more stuff can bind to the surface of it. What we're gonna be cooking the tofu in, we want it to stick to it so it tastes super good. So that's why we're drying it off a little bit. While I have this out and I can be doing some work on stuff, I'm going to get my shrimp ready on it. Also, I have a big thing of water coming to a boil on the stove. I'm gonna add some salt in there. That's what we're gonna cook our shrimp in. We're just gonna poach them. When this comes to a boil, I'm going to take it off the heat and immediately add my shrimp in so that they are cooking in water that is coming down in temperature. That will just gently cook them so they're nice and tender, but still fully cooked. So they still have this little intestine that we do not want in there because that is their poop. So you just have it open and then you do a nice cut with a nice sharp knife right down the middle, and it should come out just like that. There is the difference. You want it to look like that. Yes, I started sweating. Calm down. I'm going to add some salt to my boiling water. Hear it? Just a little. Doesn't need to be a ton. Just remind these little shrimpies where they're coming from. Sad. Turning this off, moving it off the heat carefully. Now, ouch. Now I am adding my shrimp to this water. You give them a little stir and they are already turning pink. Look at that. So if you guys remember, our tofu was sitting under that shrimp that I was fiddling with. Now I'm just going to remove that tofu and put it on a clean cutting board so that I know what I'm working with. Do you guys like tofu? I hated it before I became a vegetarian, and then I loved it after I became a vegetarian, and I still love it. It's one of my preferred proteins. But I'm curious, have you guys ever had it? I know it's kind of hard to come by in some spots. Hi. 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 Hello. Could I be an ASMR channel or what? Our shrimp are done. I just wanted to show you. And they are beautiful. Ooh. Ew. Look at her. They look good. They're firm. They're perfect. This is fine. Oh, shoot. I forgot about noodles. Okay, so that's not fine. Get out of there. I'm going to drain this water. Oh no, it touched my dish rag! Ew! The shrimp water touched my dish rag! I'll be right back. Gonna wash this out real quick. So fill up a pot with water. Oh, I don't have a dish rag because it's filled with shrimp water goo juice. I don't know why I'm so aggressive about it. I'm gonna eat the shrimp. I don't know, it feels gross, right? Leave in the comments if you think that would be gross or not. So these are I know, is this freaking you out? Are you nervous? Let's just wait for it to fill up. Is it gonna tip over? Are you anxious? That's fine, I got you. No, not yet! Not yet! Okay. Now we're just gonna put that over high heat. I'm using these pad thai rice noodles from Annie Chun's. I really like this brand. I don't know if a woman named Annie Chun started it. If she did, I like her a lot too. I bet she's very generous and funny. Normally if I'm making a big batch, like I told you guys that I usually do, which I know I have like a pound of tofu and like 3 pounds of shrimp. I'm like, it's a small one. Normally I would make the whole package, but it comes in this like nifty 2 chunks of noodles. So I'm just gonna make 1 chunk of the noodles because I always have too much left anyway, even when I make the big batch. Like I'm not gonna show you them boiling because it's not important. I salt the water a little bit and then I throw these in, and when they're pretty al dente, just because I still like them really chewy. Al dente means to the tooth, by the way, which is like still has some bite to it. Then I'll pull those out, strain them, and rinse them with cold water, just so I can handle them easier. Our noodles are done. Where's Michael when I need him? Now that our noodles are done, send nudes. I don't like that joke. Now that our noodles are done, it is time to prepare our tofu. I like to use just kind of whatever I have in the house. And today, that is Sky Valley Organic General Soy Sauce and Sriracha, an old standby. Glug glug. What we're gonna do is prepare this in my always pan. If you guys need a pan, will I be honest, is it a little pricey? Yes. Has it left my stove in 6 months? No. So kind of weigh your options there. I wish I had a code I could give you, but our place doesn't want to give me one. I'm just kidding. I love you, our place. Okay, so we have our nice dry tofu ready to be cooked, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Using a little bit of peanut oil, I'm going to just plop that in the bottom, just like I would olive oil. You could use olive oil. Sometimes I do. I just have peanut oil, so I'm going to use that. You can marinate these prior, and that would probably be way better, but I always make these like on the day I think of making them, so I don't marinate them. But if you did, it'd probably be better. You could make your own sauce too. I'm sure Joshua Weissman has some good sauce recipes. And then I honestly just sort of plop it in there, my friends. Nothing fancy. A little squirt of sriracha on each. Then I'm actually gonna flip these right now so that the bottom can cook with the sauce, and that can sort of like start glazing up. That way when we flip them back over, okay. Okay. Bring this heat down just a little and just let those cook for a bit. If I was like 15, I would think this is the coolest, sexiest thing in the world. Anyone else? While that's cooking, I'm going to take the tails off my shrimp. It's super easy. Take a look. Got your little shrimpy boy and the tail, right? See, it's kind of got some room in there. You just squeeze at the bottom and it's all done. Nothing's really left in there, and you got a shrimp. Okay, did we get all these? Nope. Ow, mother trucker, dude. That hurt like a butt cheek on a stick. Who knows what that's from? Oh my God, please leave in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. We're going to remove our tofu. We're gonna remove our tofu for grace. Like, could it be cooked more? Sure. Do I wanna wait? No. I'm just gonna plop that right back onto the cutting board that it was on before. Okay, now you guys, I'm gonna see you in like 2 seconds and it's gonna be when we're ready to assemble. Bye. Okay, now we are at what is probably the most intimidating part of Now we're getting to what is probably the most intimidating part of the spring roll, which is the assembly of it. But we've done so much prep work that it's truly going to be a breeze. The wrapper itself is a little finicky sometimes, but like, what is it, you know? I have a whole system. Here's my setup. I have a cake pan full of warm water. I have my cucumbers, my carrots, my avocado, and my shrimp, and my tofu. I have my noodles right here. I have my workstation right here. And over here, I have a cutting board with some parchment paper on it to set the spring rolls on. I'm going to take my rice paper. I'm gonna take 1 roll, should look like that. And I'm going to water it down. So when it is totally wet, but not super floppy, but still pliable, you're gonna plop it. It's on your board. You're gonna take a little bit of noodle, just like that, however much you want. A thing of tofu, gorgeous. Let's do 2 slices of avocado, a couple of pieces of carrot, gorgeous. Let's do a little cuke-skerdoots, how about that? We're going full burrito vibes, my friends. Taking this bottom part, circling over. This side, your right side goes over it like a little flap. Left side, do the exact same thing. It might stick to your board, that's okay. Pull it over, and then it seals itself up, and holy shit, you just made a spring roll, bitch. I'm going to put this on my cutting board so it can hang out. The parchment's on there so it doesn't get too sticky. Sometimes I'll make a little dipping sauce, and that dipping sauce is sriracha, some of that General Tso sauce from before, just a little, and a bit of soy sauce. Boop, boop, boop. You're all done. You just made some spring rolls. They're vegetarian, they're vegan. They're not vegetarian if you don't want them to be. Oh my God, so good. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. And maybe we can do this again sometime. I'll see you next time, bye. Eating that all in one bite was much cuter in my head. Bye.